Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to the Lounge of You Go Girl. I am Lydia, your host, and it is another beautiful day. I am back with another message for you. I hope every woman that is a mother under the sound of my voice had an amazing Mother's Day celebration. It was truly a fantastic day for me. I enjoyed the entire weekend, actually. I spent time with my mother on this Saturday. And then on Sunday, my daughter treated me out for brunch. I say brunch. It was brunch time, but it was lunch. And I had an amazing time at a nice restaurant. The aesthetics were beautiful. I got some amazing gifts. I think it's okay to celebrate our mothers. That is a awesome role that we have. It's probably the biggest job that we will ever have. So it's truly amazing when people want to celebrate you. Mothering never stops. It's every day. It's every day, no matter if your child is 1 or 100. It is every day, but it's truly amazing that there are days set aside to celebrate those beautiful mothers in your life. And whether they're here or whether they're gone, I'm sure a lot of us remember them. And we also want to celebrate the life and legacy of our mothers who have passed on. So my prayers go out to anyone who experienced just a little bit of sadness during this time. But just remember the great times and what your mother represented and keep her memory alive. So happy Mother's Day. I know it was last week, but I just want to make sure I say that again. So today was this evening, I'm back again with another message. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the new listeners. I am truly blessed to be able to be on this platform and trying to send out messages of hope and encouragement, motivation, love to our listeners, to the women of the world, so that we can, be a source of encouragement, a source of empowerment for one another. And yeah, that's what it's about. We need to just rally together to be all that we can be and help each other. So today I have a message. I was watching some videos, as I always do. I get a lot of motivation from different places, different people. And I actually was watching TD Jakes. And I know a lot of people under the sound of my voice know who TD Jake is. He is a minister. He's also a motivational speaker. And I listen to him because he has some powerful messages. He can get you to thinking. He can give you those aha moments. And he truly does it for me every time. I think he is simply an amazing person. And, I don't know if you follow him for whatever purpose, but for me, he is an inspiration. If I need any kind of motivation to keep going or to pursue things in my life, I will listen to TD Jakes. And I think he has a book out right now. So he is doing like his little rounds to different platforms and being interviewed, and he's truly amazing. So today I want to talk about something that that he spoke on that generated thought for me. And we're talking about being productive. Listen to me stumbling over my words because I'm so excited. He was talking about being productive in life, and he mentioned the fact that you can't produce fruit 365 days of a year. That was just a profound statement in itself because, every day we get up and we're on a mission, majority of us anyway. We're on a mission to try to be the best that we can be. We're pursuing our dreams, our goals. We're just grinding, we're hustling, we're doing things every day to try to get us to the next level. We're trying to level up. We're trying to be better. We're trying to be able to make our lives a little bit more comfortable, even just trying to provide for ourselves and for our families. So every day we're out there trying to produce fruit. But he mentioned the fact that you cannot produce fruit 365 days in a year. And we all know that that's how many days we have in calendar years here. So that got me to thinking. So I continue to listen on. And he talked about there are different seasons of that growth. Because when you're producing fruit, you're growing. That's what that's about. And it's different seasons that you have to experience to get there. So let's just use this relative to that. This is an analogy. I want you to think about your lives and the growth. And every day that you get up, what you're trying to do to elevate, what you're trying to do to grow yourself, what you're trying to do to be better, what you're trying to do to pursue your passion and your purpose in life. You're trying to produce fruit. So you have to go through some seasons. There is a season of planting. You have to plant the seed. That could be your thoughts of what it is that you want to do in your life. It could be the plan for how you're going to get there. It could be the steps or the connections that you make to get to where you're trying to go. So you have that season of planting. And then once you plant, there comes a season of pruning. And that's where you cut away all the dead leaves. You know, when you plant something in the ground and it starts to grow, but you got all these weeds and bush and just vines and just trouble that just don't need to be there, that grows up out of the ground. Associate that relative to your life. In that pruning season, you got to cut away any kind of distractions, anything that's hindering you from being able to get to where you want to be, anything that's keeping you from accomplishing any kind of rock or stumbling block. You're going to have to prune it. You're going to have to push it out of the way. And oftentimes that comes by way of people in your life that don't want to see you be great, people that don't want to see you be successful in life, people who are jealous of you, people who have not achieved the things that they want in life, so they will hinder and try to stop you from getting there because they're not there. You got to prune. You got to cut away the dead leaves. You got to cut away the stumbling blocks and anything, any kind of distractions that's preventing you from succeeding in your planting. You got to do it. And then once you do that, you start seeing those buds and the flowers blossoming, the green leaves coming out. You begin to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's when that season when you start seeing a little bit of production for what you have put forth. Maybe you have gotten the right connection. Maybe you got that call back. Maybe you were able to get a promotion on your job. You start seeing the growth of all of that planting and pruning that you had done. And then after you start to see the growth and you go through that season where it's growing and you're seeing all the different changes that are happening during that stage, then guess what happens? It is time to harvest. The harvest season is here. And that's the season where you reap the benefits of all of that hard work that you have put forward. Everything that you have done, you get to go out and harvest and gather the fruits of your labor. Look at that as your life, ladies. Because we go through so much. And in during that time, and in between the planting of those seeds and that pruning and that growing, you will experience a lot of things. And sometimes it's going to make you want to turn back around. But you got to keep going. It may be a slow growth. You might just see a bud, and you might see that bud for a long time before you ever see any type of blossom or any kind of leaf. It may be a long time, but you can't turn around and go back the other way. You can't give up and just leave it alone to die. You have to keep moving forward. And when I heard that message, I stood to my feet. You hear me? Because that was so relevant to where I am at in my season, in this season that I'm in right now. And sometimes you can feel like you be in one season, you've been stuck in that season for a long time. And sometimes it is. Because sometimes that season is needed so you can get a clear understanding of what you're doing. So you'll know what direction you'll need to take next. So don't try to skip any of those steps. Allow the natural planting season, pruning season, growing season, so that you can reap that harvest. I thought that was very, very beneficial and profound to share. And however that can be associated or relative to your life right now, use that message to help inspire you to get further on your journey. And I thank you all for listening. So you have been tuned in to You Go Girl with your host, Lydia. I am back here, hoping that you are enjoying this new season here on You Go Girl. We're going to dig in deep. We're going to challenge ourselves. We're going to get uncomfortable so that we can be the best that we can be, mind, body, and spirit. And I will talk to you all later on next week. Have an amazing rest of the week, no matter what you may be doing. And I'll see you again here in the lounge. Take care.